The weeping lasted all night. I know that joy comes in the morning light. So I march on to a new song, 'cause I've been marching to that old one way too long. And I gotta move on and take new steps every day, 'cause I know there has got to be another way. And I'm brighter day, so I march on.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Pure Live. It is Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And of course, we got another awesome guest on the show. I stayed true to my word. I brought her back, y'all, so we can learn more about him. But before we do that, you know what we do. We deal with our sponsors. So here we go. Okay, sorry. I be dancing every time I listen to that. But yes, as I say every single week, this is the organization you need to be a part of. You need that sisterhood. You need that extra push. You need them courses to get your mind right, get things organized. This is what you need. And like I've said many times, they are a part of why this show is going on today. So connect with them. Tell them Asia sent you. Now we're going to move on to Motives Cosmetics, which I am wearing today. Here we go. Yes, honey. And we're actually going to have one of their representatives on the show next week. So, just in case you want more information. And then, last but not least, it's not another video, but we got a Bella Eyewear. Yes, I rock them shades, the blue blockers. You see what I'm doing. You could do the same thing with 30% off. No joke. So you can go to my website, asiajamal.com or .net. I own them both. And you can go to the top. There's Motives Cosmetics. You'll get a discount there. And then a Bella Eyewear, you get 30% off. You're welcome. Now, I am going to introduce my brother from another mother. Mr. Steve Carpenter.
Hey.
Hey!
What up? What up?
Thank you for coming back. For all y'all that missed, the last time he was on, shame on you. But you can still catch it. It's still on the channel. You can still catch it. This for sure is family. We're not blood, but we might as well be. So what I want you to do is introduce yourself.
How y'all feeling? Sister said we like family. We go back like rocking chairs. No, we go way back. Kids. Parents knew each other. Been tight since before we even got here. And I go by the name of Just Steve. I'm an artist here in Chicago, lyricist. So that means songwriter, poet, MC, all of that. Musician too. Everything. Also, work with boys in schools. Council boys right there at my church. So I wear a lot of hats. But yeah. Right now, today I'm Just Steve, dad, husband, all that family stuff. So that's me in a nutshell. Just Steve. Yep.
He said that's him in a nutshell, but not for real. Like, y'all don't even understand. There's a whole anointing upon this brother right here. Okay, so we gonna talk about some of this stuff. So last time we were talking about a certain subject. We weren't talking about just you. So let's start from where you from.
Where am I from?
Yes.
Chicago, South Side. Yep. Chicago kid.
Mm-hmm.
South Side.
You still hailing from the south side of Chicago?
Oh yeah, I'm in. Yep. So I was grew up southeast side of Chicago. That's like almost on the brink of where Indiana would start. Where we go to Indiana and get cheap gas. That's kind of
Yeah.
Then I made my way. Like I said, I'm in Bronzeville, Hyde Park, right? Yep. Holding it down.
All right. Okay. So just so y'all know, he got a musical family, right? And he said his dad, and my dad, we had, our families were connected way before we were even thought of. Okay, like
Right.
they go back to their childhood. You feel me? So what's amazing about that is they have both done wonderful things. They have toured with some of the biggest, greatest artists like ever. Okay. And your dad is an amazing musician, percussionist, like, whoa. So I'm just curious, since I'm in that shadow too, did you ever feel intimidated in going into the whole entertainment field, knowing who your dad is?
Absolutely not.
Word?
Yeah, absolutely not. And the reason I say that is because, for one, it was my dad never. It wasn't even the thing where I was like I gotta do this. It was more so it was in me to do. So I didn't really have I had expectations, still have I felt like I have to do this and have to follow these footsteps. It was like no, but with that, I've gotten so much respect from, what I'm saying? Like, meaning I've gotten in so many doors open program, and people wouldn't really know me, and the moment it worked, the son, it's like, oh man, that's the, he look just like him. And that's when all of the that's when all they expect some grand out of me or whatever. But for the most part, no, I never really felt respect from being his son, but he never pushed it on me, so it never felt. Yep.
That's good. And yeah, you do look like your daddy. You sure do. Y'all
I
gonna
didn't
see later.
realize that. I didn't realize that until like recently, actually. And
What?
no, I was like looking at a picture, it, and it wasn't dead on his picture of me at a certain angle, and I'm looking at it like for the first time in my life, I was like, so I didn't really realize that until like recently. But yeah,
That's so crazy
I,
because you legit look like the younger version of him.
that's crazy. That's tripped out. I heard now.
That's hilarious. So,
Mhm.
so everybody else can know whether or not this is the case. Did you always want to be involved in entertainment, or were there other things that you wanted to pursue?
That's another absolutely not. Absolutely it wasn't trying to do this. Didn't want to do it. Wasn't running on microphone. So what happened was when when I was in high school. When I first got in high school, that's a tough high school on the south side. It's a good school. I went to Corliss High School, and I remember because it was an issue with like where I lived at, and that whole thing. And I remember I was late as I wanted, and like I had to choose between I want to go to sign up for band, marching band, or do I want to do football? And I remember I was like, I'm gonna check out football. The first practice, when I saw how big they were and how hard they was hitting each other, them symbols, bro. And then tossing them symbols, bro. Man, freshman year, and then like I said, I was on symbols. Didn't really care for symbols, and that's when I realized like that playing drums is like natural. I went from drummers in on the drum line in one summer, and then I got a drum set for Christmas. Yeah, and then I started playing at my church, like after having a drum set. I not even no training yet. I'm just like going off of straight up, and then from there you get in songwriting and writing turn into poetry, and I turn into writing for plays and production, and then that's how having stuff to say about what's happening in the community, what's happening at church, what's happening in the world, in poetry form, rap form, song form, and then you just become an artist on accident. Oh yeah.
Now,
Oops.
I don't know if y'all picked up on that. See, earlier he was like, "Well, this is me in a nutshell," and then he threw all this other stuff just now.
Right.
This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This ain't the whole package. This ain't the whole package. He is anointed.
See?
Anointed. Don't forget that name. Is all I'm saying. Don't forget that name.
Hey.
So, going through your videos, realize you don't just play drums.
That's my first love.
So what I'm wondering is, what made you get into other stuff? Like, it was it just because you were trying to create? I mean, how did you gravitate and how some people say, jack of all trades, master of none. That doesn't seem to be your situation. So
No.
how did that come about?
Well, so not even really high school. Yeah, kind of. I remember I wrote we had to write a poem in high school English class. Had to write a poem, and I wasn't really into poetry like that. And the teacher was like, "Yo, this is really good." I'm like, "Okay." She like submitted that. You know what I'm saying? She submitted to stuff, won a few competitions. Then at Columbia, I was see him do spoken word. Well, I went to like Robert Morris, East West, Harold Washington. I ended up finishing at Robert Morris, but all those schools downtown is like one campus. If you went to Roosevelt, yeah. Robert Morris, Columbia, right, each other. And I remember they would have like open mics at like Columbia, and I would just sign, low key winning stuff. You know what I'm saying? Winning, and I was it was another one thing. Now one thing I can say is like because I'm a church kid, so I always remember I couldn't. I'm not a singer, right? I can't sing. I'm trash. I like that. I can hold a note or whatever, but I would write in a way that can grab onto what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what stuck me with like poetry is people can grab the same emotion that a singer would would give out. It's the same emotion and with rap, right? That's why I kind of write the way I write. Plus, I have a slight like if I can bore myself real fast, and if I bore myself real fast, it's kind of switch. I started writing the way I write, but that's really what did it. You know, I started in high school and college, and then because I couldn't really sing, I would just still write songs for other people and just put together these. I started writing for like weddings and plays and just especially whatever retirement. I would write something specifically for that event, and yeah, it just ballooned from there. You know, it just ballooned from there. So yeah,
that's dope. I also saw you playing keys. You play?
It comes with the territory, so I'm not like don't book me. You know, you're not about to book me. I'm not the great Aaron Jamal and nothing like that. If I write a song, I mainly play for what I write. So if I'm working on normally I hear a melody and I kind of try to find the chords for it. Yeah. And then I would get it to accomplished musician and they would kind of bring it out. So I play for what I write. So I know a little bit about it. I kind of get some theory in my head, but I'm not like, if I'm writing a song, I can hold my own, you know?
I hear you. I hear you. It's just funny that you say it like so nonchalantly. Listen, you say, okay, you don't sing, whatever. I do. That's my instrument. But I don't really play the other instruments very well. I can play clarinet. I'm trying to learn, acoustic guitar. But bruh, it's really not that simple for me. And being the daughter of, like you said, the great Aaron Jamal, it's a little intimidating, just a little bit.
I get it. Oh yeah.
So that's no small feat. You're doing all of these many things, many gifts, many talents. And I want to share some of that. So we picked a couple of videos that we're gonna play, right? And the one that we were gonna play first is Precipitation. So you want to set that up for us?
Oh, he said it's a bit of BD. So I'm gonna just say it like this. I wrote out of a real deep time in my life, and yeah, real times in my life where I'm really just contemplating, thinking about where I'm at in life, where I'm going, blah blah blah. First album, and for this particular project, it's a series of songs. We did 6-7 songs, and we did them with all acoustic instruments. These band, but nothing is plugged in. There's no electric, nothing. It's all violins, guitars, acoustic piano, drums, of course, horns, but nothing is it's no plug in. It's just sound really raw. Like it was kind of like almost rehearsal cut back in like the early 60s. So I love the sound, but yeah. So that's it. So check it out.
All right. Okay, here we go.
I used to question my existence, thinking I was close to people, really I was distant. Thinking I was normal, really I was different. Realizing the difference was everybody's different. I hear the devil whispering, saying I'm a misfit, a fit miss. I wish that he would mind his own business. I used to get teased because I smiled a lot. What's wrong with this kid? Happiness on my wish list. Satan had me on his hit list. Cause then a storm hit, the abnorm hit, the rain added weight to the flood. I was born with no satellite or weatherman could predict this moment. And so I turned to the God who formed it. Ain't it crazy how scripture could sound so familiar? That's why grandma used to tell me that the Bible was a mirror. I used to couldn't hear her, but as the storm got severer, I could see things a little more clearer. By the way, Euroclide, the name of the heavy wind that Paul set sailing in on the Mediterranean. I read Acts 27:10 to the very end. I realized God's got a plan for every man. I was reminded of me when Paul and his boys was almost destroyed at sea. And God said it's gonna get ugly. You might lose sleep, but you won't lose life. If you don't lose me, he said you'll live and not die. Cause you got somewhere to be. You will live and not die. You got a mission to complete. So when the water is deep and the wind is bleak, God's will is really all I wanna see. Said when the water is deep and the wind is bleak, God's will is really all I wanna see. Said when the water is deep and the wind is bleak, God's will is really all I want to see. Yeah.
Wow. Don't be making me emotional on my show. Don't be. Show.
Yeah.
First of all, I thought it was hilarious. It said his band. Who put his band together?
Oh yeah. That's the name of the band I rock with. Who put this band together?
Who put this band together? That's great. That is genius. I love it. I love it.
Story behind that. So.
Word. So what's the story?
In not a long story. But so my boy Leon, he's a bass player. Leon, he a bar. He dope. On this particular project, you know, he's rehearsing for it every day, and so it's right. Every band member you see, are like, I'm cool. I can call them up and do coffee. But I remember we was like working on the song, but they didn't know each other like that, right? They didn't know nothing. Chaotic. It was real chaotic, and I remember they trying to figure out one part is like, play right here. I'm like, man, I don't know. He's like, I don't know, man. Who put this band together? So then Leon, I was like, man, who put this band together? You know what? I like that. Let's roll with that. So that whoever play with me is part of who put this band together. So it's me, you part of who put this band together.
That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that song was just, you know, here's the thing. It's like people act like performers, entertainers aren't people. You know, like we don't go through some stuff in our lives, you know, like everybody else.
Right.
So trying to tell you. So I appreciate when artists show themselves to be human.
Yeah.
And that's what that was to me, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know, the waters are rough, the boat's rocking, things look scary and bleak. But God.
Yep.
But God. So
Facts.
all right. So I had to take a breath on that one because I'm going through right now. It's real. So we're gonna take a quick little break. Y'all know how we do. Do our little break and then we're gonna do. So y'all was tripping like last time because y'all didn't get the answers right for the find the fake. So I'm gonna give you one more opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Opportunity. But before that, everybody that's watching from YouTube, this is what I want you to do. Subscribe. and just so y'all understand, when I tell you subscribe, I subscribe to my guest channels as well. Okay? We show love around. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I tell you I subscribe?
You did.
Yeah.
You did, and you subscribed.
I sure did.
Yes,
I sure did.
Appreciate
we
that.
show love. We show love. This is a family. This is
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna take a quick little break and then we're gonna get into that game. All right, here we go.
All right.
Jamal Rogers, and I'm a singer, songwriter, choreographer, voice actor, and I'm the creator and talk show host of P.U.R.E. Live. P.U.R.E. is an acronym for Perfectly Undefined Raw Elegance. So naturally, we want our content to be pure, raw, and elegant. It airs live every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook. And if you'd like to see all of the episodes, you can reach it at asiajamal.com, ASIAJAMAL.com. Or if you'd like to be on the show, you can reach me at asia@asiajamal.com. Hope to see you soon.
Hey, I'm loving the commercials. Let's go.
And just so y'all know, I do this from time to time just so I can refresh your memories. My producers did that, and my producers are my parents.
Hey.
Okay, am I blessed or what?
Shout out.
Okay, so
you know your parents were the first people. They were
what?
the first people. Your parents were the first people that I knew that had a. This was back in like when CDs just came out in like the early 90s, and your parents had a whole. Your parents had a CD. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, right. They had like the Jerry Curl or something like that. I remember, and they was on the cover with the little Jerry curl.
Yeah, they were. They
Go.
was rocking it with that hotness. Listen, I will never forget because I brought that stuff to school.
Let's go.
I was you wish you were me.
Right. Man.
Okay. All right.
Album one day. All right. Yep. All right.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to play the game, Find the Fake. And the objective of the game is to pay attention to all of the statements that are listed and try to figure out which one is the fake. If you guess correctly, you can win a prize. All right, so here we go. All right, so y'all know the drill. He's not gonna tell you the answers yet. Okay, so you go ahead, make your guesses, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. You know, well, no, I'm not actually. He's gonna let you know if you're right or wrong, but I know the answer. And we're gonna do it earlier this time, and instead of how we did it last time, because I want you to explain some stuff.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. So, moving forward, do all this music and everything that you've been surrounded with throughout your life. I'm wondering. So I have a special relationship with music, right?
Same.
I say music is my life. So, what does music mean to you?
Mm. Um, like a major part of life. But for me, it's I mean, for one, it's right. It's definitely therapeutic. Like I feel like for me, music is the soundtrack to life, right? Like you got a song for every phase, a verse for every feeling. So it's definitely like life. It's how I get by, and then for me, pouring out is actually like my way to really, that I've never connected with before. That I would never connect with in any other way, giving me opportunities that I would normally have never have gotten. You know, even like I've been doing. I don't know if you heard of So Far Chicago or So Far. It's like the concerts. That people buy a ticket to go to us is gonna be, and I'm one of the artists on the roster, and so this is last over those, and you show up to do a show. It's a packed out room with over 100 people that paid to come and just see me do my thing, and I'm able to connect with them. I couldn't do that no other way but through music. So it's connection, it's therapeutic, it's ministry, it's calling, it's all of the above. So yeah,
Absolutely,
and it's fun.
absolutely. I agree with you. It is, isn't it? So
It's fun.
fun.
Yeah, in all that
I,
ways. Yeah.
yeah, I tell people, I say I feel more at home on stage than I do in the studio. Uh, okay, like you can just be yourself, be free, improvise, whatever, just whatever vibe you feeling at the time. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so what I'm wondering is like, what do you see yourself doing with those gifts? I can't say that gift because you have so many.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
what do you envision yourself doing with those gifts that God's giving you? What do you want to do with it?
Well, it's so game. It's layers, right? Like I'm on one hand, said just be in front of people and just continue down that trajectory and just affect me as many in live performance mode. But then on the other end, I'm really getting deep and even jingles. Like people been asking me to write. I don't know like 4 jingles. You know what I'm saying? And now people are starting to request me to write jingles. Starting to write like pieces. So I want to really get into just like writing like staple songs, Christmas songs, whatever. So that's like one area. And then at a stage in my life where I really want to like pour into the younger generation. I feel like um, I feel like there's an obligation that I have and that we all have, to pour into the younger ones, especially if they're interested in music, to keep them with their approach. Because I know this world is so they'll warp your mind and you make what's hot at the moment, and they'll lose their own voice. So I feel like that's like I'm going into is to really like pour into the young kids and like encourage them to use their voice out right now. So all of those things you put all in one. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm in agreement with all of that. I'm gonna just throw this up here real quick. This is his website. I'm gonna throw it up again before the show is over. I promise.
Hey.
And that's social media right here.
Hey.
Write it down. Take it down. Pay attention. Cause when he takes off, like I know he's going to, then you want to make sure you follow it. Is all I'm saying.
Hey,
and I'm actually kind of embarrassed that we have not worked together yet. And
no,
I mean, like when I tell you guys that our families have been together since our births, like no joke.
Literally,
like
we go back so far. I don't remember ever saying, "Hey, Asia, I'm Steve." That never happened. Like we just knew each other.
It never happened. That's right.
It never happened. We just knew.
Never happened. We literally grew up together. Like
never not knew you. We never not knew who Asia was.
Exactly. It was okay. This your brother Steve. Okay, this your sister Asia. That's it.
Me. In the conversation.
Which reminds me, I need to call your mom. She's like, "I'm gonna see my grandbabies." But so first of all, I think it's completely amazing that you are staying true to who you are.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, there's so much out there that makes you want to flip the script, kind of, because this isn't popular anymore, and I need them streams, or I need them dollars, I need this, and so I gotta change it up a little bit. But you stay true to you.
Yeah.
And we need that. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that it's going to come a time where they're like, you know what? I'm tired of the garbage. I need some real stuff. I think we're getting to that point because it is so rough out there. All the stuff that's going on right now it's like too much. Sometimes I just have to unplug.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I just can't. So I just want to say thank you to doing, what it is that you're doing and staying true to it. I truly appreciate it. No joke. So speaking of staying true to yourself and legacy, because I ain't gonna look. The Carpenter family ain't playing with y'all. Okay? Ain't playing with y'all. Okay, like his dad is magical. And so is he. And the family is just, they're crazy. So we gonna play this other video.
Oh, yeah. Get it.
Woo! They were on the show and they did it. This is, oh my gosh, you just don't understand. Like, I haven't had this moment with my dad yet. I would love to, and I plan on having this moment, but this was dope. Gotta play it. So here we go, y'all. Watch this magic.
It is time for Just Steve to take us on a musical journey.
Joining him is his father, Toka. Take it away, gentlemen.
Africa, so much history, so many memories and so many mysteries. It's said to be that that's where man began, found it, the oldest bones buried under the sand. We used to dance and prance over the African land, under the African heat, to the African beats. Beautiful skin, beautiful hands and feet. Yo, this was our land, a land of culture And then they came and they attacked like vultures. Yo, they attacked like savages. Using crazy weapons, they captured us. We knew this wasn't no rapture. Not the way they were snatching us. They threw us on boats, known as the Middle Passages. Talk about a group of uncomfortable passengers. They whipped us, chained us, stacked us, one on top of the other. Man, it hurt for me to be forced to leave my mother, my sister, my brother, my papa. I couldn't believe these strangers just robbed us. They robbed me of my joy, my freedom, my culture, my home. I feel like a creature in the water that's bound and alone. And the beat goes on, it's like, way in the water, way in the water, children, way in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Slavery, God saved me from this life. They done took me from my home and turned me into merchandise. We used to be kings and queens, now we bound in chains. We used to have so much meaning, now they done changed our names. I used to be considered priceless, and now I'm just an item on the price list. Y'all, they sold us and told us by the size of our shoulders, that was how much we was worth. That was their way of determining how much we could work. Picking cotton up to sundown. All I need is 50 more pounds. When the sun sets, then I believe that maybe tomorrow I will be free. Picking cotton up to sundown. All I need is 50 more pounds. When the sun sets, then I believe that maybe tomorrow I will be free. We sang spirituals, we sang freedom songs. We knew that freedom was near, we knew it wouldn't be long. We knew the slavery thing couldn't continue to last. We knew that one day in the future this would be in the past. So at last, here's the page turner, Nate Turner, Nat Turner with the turn up, a Harriet Hart, Malcolm X on my chest, Rosa won't let me park. I've been a king from the start, too much kente in my cloth. Obama versus the drama, this my February March. I got so much fight inside me, float like butterflies, sting like Ali, greatest of all time. And just like that, that amendment was signed. Just like that, that amendment was signed. June 19th, 1865, we were called slaves for the last time. June 19th, 1865, we was called slaves for the last time. June 19th, 1865, we was called slaves for the last time. Look around, we done came a long way. We took the hard way and we stood in harm's way. But it's more than our story than just whips and chains. So much more to our story than hardships and pain. So many fought for our glory, let's not forget the name. Guess the moral of the story is how far we done came. Way to go, but we still got a way to go. The beat goes on. Appreciate it.
Boy, you just.
I haven't seen it in a minute. That's good.
Oh my
Appreciate
gosh. Yes. I was like, what did he say that? Did you get that? Did you grab that? Did you understand that? Oh, I gotta play that back. I know I can't just keep playing it on the show. I know I'm gonna just have to do it on my own time. I gotta do what I gotta do. Bruh. I mean, first, okay. Let me come out of this. Let me be professional for a hot second. First of all, how did it feel to do that with your father by your side?
That was like one of those, one of the moments where I had to do it. I had to, like, it whenever always we'll be in the backyard, just like he'd bring his drum, I have my drum, we'd just be flowing. So it felt normal, it felt safe, it felt he had my back, it was just a good fit. But in that moment, for that piece, I couldn't have had a better than Toka, aka Pops. So yeah.
Yes.
Felt good.
I call him Uncle Tony.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. And man, I love that man. I do. And he is still, very busy. He's still doing his thing. But if I call him, Even if he misses my call, he gonna call me back because I am his niece. Yes, I am.
Love it.
I appreciate that about him. You
Love
guys are
it.
amazing. Yes, you are
Appreciate
amazing.
you playing that clip too.
Man, look. I had such a hard. That's why I had to call you and ask you because I'm looking through all this stuff. I was like, oh wow, oh dang, oh man, you know. So, what's next for you?
Ooh, what's next? I'm first off, I'm excited about this year in general. So last year I was supposed to feel bad because it's more than that news clip, and I said the album is coming out soon, and it didn't drop. But like, I had a really amazing Christmas song that I came up with, and I tried so hard, but I didn't. So therefore, I ended up shooting a Christmas music video and everything. I have a Christmas project out at the end of the year, but then I have then the next project came, and that's my next album. Really, that's my next album. You know, on top, also, like I mentioned earlier, you know, I've been doing. I'm linked up to So Far every other week, and as I prepare for this project, just building. So yeah, so I have another special situation coming out in autumn that I can't really say too much about, but fall situation coming out in the fall. So if all goes well, I should have an out situation out and then the Christmas project on top of shows like crazy. So
Okay, that's what's up.
I fell in love with intimate shows during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, it's smaller the room and just it's
a whole nother feeling. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I better hear about it when it happens.
Gotcha.
Okay. I gotta share with my viewers, my listeners, you know, I better hear about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can come here and and play some stuff. So
yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna come for you.
Hey, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems. So we're gonna make it happen.
You don't want this smoke.
We're gonna make it happen.
Let me stop acting like I'm a thug.
Make it happen, right?
I am straight from suburbia. Let me stop playing.
Yeah,
but
it is not at all. But you're suburban thug. That'll work.
That's right. I'm a suburban thug. That's right. Hey, my daddy from the
Hey, from the South. You got brothers.
My mom is from the west side of Chicago. Hey. So I got
and you got brothers like me from the South.
Hey, exactly.
You got some street cred.
Hey,
you got some street cred.
Hey. That was so silly. Okay. So what I want to know from you is why. What is the why behind your decision to stay true to the kind of messages that you put through?
Honestly, I feel like if not me, then who? If not me, then who? You know, God gives you a message to share that he not gonna give it to nobody else. As artists, you're an artist, I'm an artist. It's easy to mimic and do what's hot. Let's just be honest. If you're a writer, especially if you're an MC and you've been doing it, you can easily write in techniques and styles to make people crazy in the crowd and do what they want. But if God giving you a message and they share, and that regardless of what the message is, even if the message is to be solid black men and take care of your wife, it may be, if God give it to me, I gotta say it, otherwise it may not get said. So yeah, that's a why. That's kind of why. If not me, then who? And so much needs to be said these days. So
Woo.
yeah,
Oof. Man.
because it's been many a times, Adrian, I did many a times where I want to like call it one. Like just why try, like, let me just give it up. But it's like you got something to say,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be right if I wasn't doing it. I wouldn't be me. So
I feel you. I absolutely do. I mean, like you said, I'm an artist as well. I write. In fact, the intro that you guys hear, I wrote that song. That is
fire,
me. That's my voice you
fire,
hearing.
flame.
Thank you. No, but it's a responsibility that I think
Yep,
people take a little too lightly.
that's
It's like, okay, these are the voices that people are hearing. These are the voices that people are learning from. So what are you teaching?
Yep.
And it
Yeah.
kind of gives you a wake up call when you have your own babies. When you got your own kid, it's like, oh wait, what did you say? Where did you hear that from?
Yep.
I mean, the last couple years, I'm just like, I want to shut everything off. I'm like, no radio, no internet, no. But I can't because they use this now. This is a requirement for schools now. So what can you do but, try to empower them and teach them, what you know, so they know the difference between the garbage and the real stuff. So yeah, we need more of the Steves in the world.
Yes.
And I appreciate you, my brother, that I just found out is my big brother. I feel so slow right now. I straight up thought you were my younger brother.
Look, sis, that's hilarious. Honestly, people don't realize that I'm like a grown man. It's people that I went to school with. We were in the same grade my whole life, and you just never realized that we the same age. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah.
It's funny, cool. Maybe because you kind of, I mean, even though you do have kind of an old soul, there's a youthfulness about you. Yeah. And everybody always saying I'm old, like you've been here before,
Right.
That old soul. Even though I am goofy as I don't know what, they're like, no, you've been here before. My own mother said I was older than her. So
hilarious. I love it. You old. You older than your mama.
I know. Like,
your mama
what you mean? But
right.
I will have y'all know I'm not in my 40s. Okay, I am still in my 30s. I am a young lady. Thank you very much.
That's it. Just got here.
Hey. So listen. I envision that I will have you back on the show because you have so much in you. You so much to say, so much power, so much anointing on you, and I know that you are not going to take it lightly. I believe that in my heart of hearts. And with that being said, I know that I had y'all do this last time, but I want you to have your moment to give your words of wisdom to the audience.
Words of wisdom to the audience. Last time, but it might be the same thing because this is where I'm at. In this place of, man, let's be more patient with each other. Let's be more like we living in a time where we real quick to cut each other off, miss each other. We real quick to me. We real quick to What's wrong with you? As if they weren't going. So I would just say, let's, if I had words in the times we in, let's start being a little bit more merciful to one another, to each other. I feel like somewhere along the line we've gotten really hard to, and I'm speaking of mostly Black people, but really everybody. But I'm probably talking about we're so hard towards one another. We so like even looking at even looking at the Super Bowl, here's a beautiful Black queen, Rihanna, dancing pregnant performance, and say she should have did that. She should have. It's like, no, she did. She's there with a baby in her belly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Clap, applaud ourselves. Like, we so busy,
exactly.
and like I said, Michael Jordan, but let's not use that as a moment to, even if you think if you team regardless, that's not a moment to tear those brothers down. Nobody else is doing that. That's two who have done remarkable things. Two Black brothers who have done remarkable things in their life. But don't tear one of them down. And I feel like we've gotten ourselves to a place that let's really be appreciating each other. Let's start loving each other. Let's stop being so harsh towards one another. To our next generation. So that's my words of wisdom. Sorry it wasn't very musical, just where I'm at these days.
No, that I completely agree with everything you said. I actually heard about a new song that came out by Sierra, as I think it's called "For the Girls."
Yeah.
And they came for her hard, which made no sense to me. All she was doing was showing love for those that, the women that are out there that haven't, found their significant others, but they're doing their thing. They're out there, they're living their life, they're single, but they on their grind, they're taking care of their family, they're doing that. And they're like, oh, she promoting being single and by herself while she over there married to this pro football player. And then she didn't promote anything. She didn't tell you supposed to be single. She was just applauding, those that are doing their thing on their own. She was showing love. What's wrong with that?
And here's my piece. Even with that, let's say you did. Just say somebody. Why do we have to tear her down? You see what I'm saying? Like, when do we get to be with somebody and still be like she's dope though? You know what I'm saying? Like when do we get to the point where just because somebody we can agree on every topic, but if it's one thing that we gotta then kind of dissect what she was talking about and where she was really getting at. We just ripped her apart. When we got to that place, but it's really taking a toll on our reassess the situation. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. Completely. Well, it's that time. It's that time, y'all. Yep. So remember to embrace God's perfect design, which is you. And I mean that. God makes no mistakes. And we will be back here Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And thank you, Steve, for joining us today. I appreciate it. I know we're going to have you back. And yes, all y'all have a good evening. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Peace out.
We